Hey, how's it going, guys? Benny Childs, founder of the Teach Me to Fish FX trading community, and I am back with another weekly forecast for the public. Before I get into it, please remember that I am not a professional licensed financial advisor. My videos are for educational purposes only, and they are solely based on my opinion that has been developed from my experience of trading. Um, so before we go any further, as you guys know, I always want anyone under the sound of my voice, anyone who gives me opportunity to take up time in their life. I want you guys to know that I want you to be profitable in all of your endeavors, but specifically for trading. So I want to do a quick affirmation for you guys because I'm praying that large sums of money will come to you easily and quickly in increasing quantities from multiple sources on a continual basis, guys. And the best interest of all, that you get to keep, use, give, and spend joyously. So I don't mean to be over spiritual, but that's just the part of who I am. And I want you guys to be prosperous as possible. All right, so before we get into the chart breakdown, let me do this. Uh, let's take a look at the high impact news that's coming out for the week. Okay, so we can see here, let's see, this week. All right, so we're not going to get any news until today doesn't count because this is for the upcoming week of Sunday, September 26th. So we're not going to get any high impact news until Tuesday. I'm sorry. We're not going to get any high impact news until Monday. All right. So pretty much the start of the week. All right. So let's see. So the U.S. is will be dominating uh, the news field, if you will, on Monday. Um, and when we go over these guys, I just want to bring these to your attention just so you can be aware of the currency pair that's having the high impact news, as well as the date and the time, so that when you're trading, if you decide to trade around that time, you can be aware of what's taking place. Me personally, I like to stay out of the market if I can. However, if my setup is there, I know that the news will help my setup. But for the most part, I stay out of the market at the exact time. I may wait a little bit after or before to stop trading. Well, I may stop trading maybe 30 minutes before or 30 to an hour afterwards. It really just depends on how the market is going. Usually, I have found over my years of trading that the news helps. The news helps my style of trading. Okay, my style of trading. All right. So here on Tuesday, we have the euro and the USD. Wednesday, USD and the yen. Thursday, Euro, Swiss, and USD, as well as Aussie and JPY. Friday, JPY, Euro, Swiss, Pound, USD, and CAD. All right, so these are the days that you guys want to be careful trading those pairs on and the times. Okay. All right, now let's take a quick look at the market sentiment for just a couple of these pairs. This is a good tool and resource. I've never shared this with you guys, but plenty of people have shared this on YouTube. But it's something that I use that kind of it does also, it doesn't really inform my trading, but it gives me that extra confidence because the statistic is 90% of retail traders fail. All right. So if you know what the sentiment is for the retail traders, if you know that, hey, more uh, more retail traders are thinking to take the Euro USD long than short, then 9 times out of 10, they're incorrect. And you want to do the opposite. Okay. And again, I don't use this to form my trading. All right. Because my trading is informed. Excuse me. I don't use this to inform my trading, but my trading is informed based on um, the accumulation and distribution of the charts. All right, the market flow of the charts. All right, but again, this gives me that extra boost of confidence. Okay, all right, so yeah, so like the again, Euro USD, more people are longing than shorting, and sometimes they're right. Okay, so just keep in mind, just go to myfxbook.com/community/outlook. Okay, and you can get to that. All right, the next thing I want to share with you guys is just to take a look at the currency strength meter. Okay, right now the market is closed except for crypto, but the currency market is closed, so this really doesn't do you any good right now. But I like just to take a look at it and say, hey, okay, the euro closed pretty strong, the pound closed weak, on Friday. So on and so forth. The USD closed pretty strong. The CAD closed really strong. The NOT closed really strong. So you guys you get the gist. I just like to kind of see how it is, and maybe just have, somewhat of an idea of how the market may open, you know. So that may be good for you if you trade exactly when the market opens. All right. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get into our analysis. Okay. And I'll share some things with you guys as well. But we're going to go ahead and get into our analysis, starting with the DXY. Okay. As you guys see here, I have my institutional zones marked up here, but I am going to give you guys a breakdown based off of the 4-hour, okay, the immediate 4-hour structure. So what we're looking at right now on the DXY is we do have most recent structure. We do have this uptrend. Here, let's do it based off of here. Okay. Most recent, we do have this uptrend. We could also put this in as a corrective channel. So let's do that. I really like my channels better. Let's do this. My goodness. I may just have to just do something in general. All right. So we are in this uptrend, and as far as structure wise, we have been making higher highs, higher lows, higher high here, higher low. We did have a break of this higher high, but it pulled back down. But because we had this break right here, all right, I am thinking that this market is going to go up. Now, keep in mind, we are in institutional supply, or as I like to call it, distribution. Okay, we are in distribution. Institutional wise, we do have a bullish bias. Okay, so even though we are in institutional supply or distribution, I will think that this market will go up. We had a little bit of a head and shoulders fake out right here. Well, I really wouldn't call it a fake out, because the head and shoulders, it did succeed, didn't it? It succeeded, right? All right. The head and shoulders, it did succeed. It formed, and then it pushed down. It pushed back down into this institutional demand, or what I like to call distribution. All right. and then it pushed back up. All right, so even though we are in demand, okay, this demand has the integrity of it. It has been tested. All right, so we've had one test here, a second test, a third test, a fourth test, a fifth test, a sixth test. The seventh time it came in here, what happened? Came in and it actually found support here. And I know you guys who are support and resistance traders, you guys would say, let me change this color. You guys would say that this support has now turned into resistance. I see supply here. I see a turncoat supply, okay, on the 4 hour. All right, so guys, all in all, I'm expecting this market to continue up. I would just say, just be careful, because we are sitting in a distribution zone, so the market can come in. The institutional traders, they can come in and turn this market around. However, like I told you guys last week, we had this big turnaround. Okay, I told you guys about the large vessels. Sometimes it takes a long time for those vessels to turn, and I think that's what's happening with the Dixie. All right, not to say that the US dollar is just going to gain strength and the value is just going to go up, but for right now, I can foresee that this distribution zone right here will eventually be taken out, and we'll probably get a test up to here. All right, so you guys look out for that. Again, I am my analysis for this is that the Dixie will go up. This, will it be this week? I don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But we are getting some structural breaks. All right. Overall, we're getting this big turnaround right here. All right. And so, yeah, that is the analysis for that. All right. So now you guys know because the Dixie, all right, because the US dollar index is going up, more than likely the pairs that are infused with the US dollar will be favoring the dollar side of the pair. All right. And again, I said more than likely, because there may be an instance to where the institutional traders may be favoring that currency over the US dollar. And we'll get into that. Okay. All right. The Aussie USD, going over into the Aussie USD, the institutional bias is short. Okay. I've done my research, so that's what that is. And I share that in the mentorship program, but we'll talk about that a little later. But the institutional bias is short. Okay, we are coming off of this distribution zone right here. All right, so that is one confluence with the institutional bias. We also have, if we go ahead and put in our channel right here, I'm gonna have to take the magnet off on this. That's what's kind of messing me up. But we do kind of have this channel, most recent, gives us that downtrend. Okay, structurally rise. All right, higher high. Excuse me. We have our high here. All right, let's do it like this. So we have a high here, lower low, or a low. Now we have a lower high, lower low. Okay, now the market is starting to go back up. Okay, we went up here, came down, gave us a little bit of a complex head and shoulders right here. All right, but then start making its way down. And remember, sitting in distribution right here. This is all institutional. So of course it's gonna give us that complex head and shoulders and keep going. Okay, so now we see again, structurally wise, we are in a downtrend. Now what happened right here? We met institutional accumulation right here, and the market started shooting up, right? Then we met institutional distribution, all right, that overrode the buyers or those individuals who had long positions, and they shot the market down. Okay, continuing in this downtrend. All right, so we do have this low here and now this high, and then this push to the low. Let's zoom in a little bit, and we'll see that closing on Friday. We do have a 4-hour demand zone right here that on the first touch it was respected. Okay, on the first touch it was respected, and so we would really just have to wait to see if we get a break of this high or of this low right here to find out exactly what the market is going to do. Okay, again, the bias for the Aussie USD, the institutional bias, is sell. All right, so will we see another test of this institutional distribution level? We don't know. We just have to wait for the market to play out. But I can see eventually, if it does come down, we will get a test. I'm not sure exactly how deep we're going to get a test of this accumulation zone, but we'll get a test of this accumulation zone. It'll pop back up somewhere, okay, to continue this downtrend for the immediate future. Okay, I see this going down for the immediate future. Again, we just have to wait to see what it does with structure, as far as if it's going to pop up and then come down, or if it's going to go down, pop up, and then continue down. Okay, so we'll just have to watch that. Okay, Euro USD. And just a quick plug, guys, if you guys need help with trade ideas, remember that you can come over to the Teach Me to Fish FX channel, click the join button here. Hey, how's it going, guys? And you can sign up for one of the two memberships that you can choose from. You can choose the profitable trader, which will give you access to the currently 132 different instruments that I trade, with a mix of stocks, indexes, ETFs, crypto, foreign exchange, metals, energies, pretty much every market out there that you can trade. I do, well, currency market out there that you can trade and invest in. I track it. Okay. And so that's what you'll get access to those charts, as well as the trade ideas. Or you can sign up for the professional trader, where you get access to the charts and the trade ideas, as well as access to my signature trading setup, as well as my live Zoom sessions on Sundays. Okay. And I am pretty active. Just yesterday, I put in the link for the members to register for the live Zoom session on tomorrow. And then I also always post the updated link to the updated chart zones, as well as the watch list. Okay, which I am updating that every week. All right, so let's go ahead and get back into the Euro USD. I believe that we're on. All right, institutional bias for this is short. Okay, institutional bias for that is short. We are sitting Let me delete this. We are sitting in a accumulation zone. Okay, but again, the bias is short. The institutional bias for this is short, and the most recent price action for Euro USD. Here's our little channel here. Okay, it is a downtrend structurally wise. We've had our high drop down to a low. Now we have a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Then we had a break of structure right here. We went up. All right. And this is pretty much a fake out because we were sitting in accumulation zone. So this is pretty much a fake out right here. All right, it didn't hold. It did peek through, but it didn't hold. We had more sellers waiting in this area than buyers, and so now it continued. It continued that downtrend. Okay, it continued the downtrend. Popped down, went up, and if we zoom in here, you guys can see where we close with a higher low. So more than likely, I'm thinking that we'll get some kind of fake out to where we will get a break of structure here. Okay, taking out that high eventually. Thinking we'll take out that high and probably be met with this 4-hour supply right here. Maybe, all right, maybe, because we have a pretty strong supply here, pretty strong supply here. That has yet to be tested. This has been tested. Now this says yet. I didn't mean to do that. It's taking away everything. All right. So, but this is yet to be tested here. So not sure exactly how far it will go, but I do think that okay, I do think that this high may be used as a fake out. Okay, maybe used as a fake out, and we may get a push from that supply, maybe that supply, maybe even this supply if the buyers come in strong enough. I don't think we have that many. Yeah, we do have a lot of should have a lot of sell orders right here. People are maybe looking to take sales at this price point there, but again, the institutional bias is short. Okay, and so I would be looking to take this short. If it were I trading, I would most certainly wait for a break of this level before considering taking long short trades. Okay, long short trades. You may be able to get some scalps in there, but as far as taking long short trades, I will wait for a break of that level. All right, moving right along. GBP USD for you guys. The institutional bias for this is short. Okay, and again, so far after the dollar index, these three pairs are pretty much in line with the analysis for the DXY because with these pairs going short, they are favoring the dollar. Okay. All right, and we'll get into the other two here shortly. All right, looking at the 4-hour most recent price action. Again, we can see this channel going down here. All right, so it's going down. We are sitting in institutional accumulation right here. Okay, we are sitting in institutional accumulation right here where we are getting some reaction, okay, from this. But again, I'll be looking for shorts on this, and to be on the safe side, taking a look at most recent price action, I would like to see a break of this level before considering taking any short positions, as far as short positions that I would like to hold for an extended period of time. Now, we may be able to come in here and most certainly take some scalps. I will recommend only taking scalps, but again, I will wait to see how the market handles this low and this high before continuing down. Now, we do have pretty strong 4 hour supply right here. Really, really strong 4 hour supply. On a higher time frame, pretty much on the daily time frame, this would be a candle imbalance. I mean, this is all just clean traffic over here. All right, so I can definitely see this coming up, at least testing this supply here, or filling this imbalance that is right here. Okay, guys, pretty much, if you don't know, consolidation, what it shows us is an agreement between buyers and sellers. The buyers are up here saying, hey, I want to sell at this price point. And the sellers are saying, you know what, you're right, because I don't want to buy up there. And then the sellers are down here saying, hey, I want to buy here. And the buyers are saying, you know what, you're right, I don't want to buy or sell rather that low. And so that's what consolidation shows. It shows us the handshake between buyers and sellers. All right, these imbalances, what it's showing us that there is not an agreement. Okay, the sellers are saying, hey, we want to sell. All right, and there's not enough buyers to come in here to say, hey, nope, stop right there, we're not allowing you to take the market any lower. But that's what consolidation does for us. Okay, so I can see that here we do have a pretty strong seller sitting right here. So we may get a reaction out of that supply. Um, this 4 hour supply could give us a pretty good reaction, as well as this 4 hour supply could give us a pretty good reaction. So essentially, we could see this market head. Oops. We could see, pull this up. We could see this market head up here and get pretty close to testing the top of the channel here before continuing down. But again, I do see this market going down. But I would just recommend you guys wait to see how the market handles this low and this high. Okay. All right. That's pound USD. Moving right along to the NZD USD. NZD USD, for this pair, the institutional bias is a buy, so they're favoring the NZD USD here. On the 4 hour chart, we are sitting in between distribution and accumulation here. Structurally wise, most recent price action, we have been in this downtrend right here, this downtrend channel. Okay. Overall, the market has been shooting up here recently, respecting these respecting these accumulation zones. Okay. But again, our bias is up. We can see where we did have all the way up here. We can see where the structure was not respected. Okay. Um, the market is currently going down. Oops. Market is currently going down. Okay. Um, but again, I can see this market. I think this market will go up. We may get some kind of buying pressure here or here. I can even see it going here, if not coming back down to test our accumulation area before going up. But the institutions are working on getting this market to go up. When it will happen, we don't know. So again, just take note of how the market handles this high and this low, okay, before you get into your trades. And but of course, you guys know you can always drop down to a lower time frame to take some scalps. But for me, I like to try to get in and hold my trades. We're sitting in between, again, institutional accumulation and distribution. All right. Lastly, it was coming off of this distribution area here, pushing this market down. But eventually, it's gonna have to turn. It's gonna have to turn back around. All right. Again, we've just you can see here where we've been in this uptrend. Okay. And I'm calling it just a complex uptrend because um, trend lines have been broken. But if you guys have watched my basic supply and demand playlist, um, uptrends, we determine uptrends by the respecting of demand or accumulation zones. So these accumulation zones have been respected. Okay, so this market is currently in an uptrend. We can kind of see where I think this is a fake out head and shoulders. Okay, I think it's a fake out, or I don't think it's one that will last. I want to say a head and shoulder is a fake out, but because once a head and shoulder forms, then it formed, and it is a head and shoulders. But this one is doing what it is supposed to do, and maybe it just won't be as long. Okay, but again, wait for price action. Wait to see how I would actually be more comfortable putting this out there. Wait to see how this high, how the market deals with this high, and how it deals with this low before you get into any long-term trades. Now, if it does break this high, just keep in mind that you are coming into a major accumulation zone right here. So just be leery of your long trades, but do know the institutional bias for NZD USD is long. Okay. Institutional bias for USD CAD is long, okay, favoring the US dollar, which goes in line with our DXY analysis. Most recent price action, uh, you guys can see here that we have already been on an uptrend, so we'll more than likely get a continuation, all right, of that uptrend. Let me change this color. I don't want to confuse anyone. Okay. I can see where we do have 4 hour supply. I mean, this is a pretty strong 4 hour supply right here. We do have a pretty strong 4 hour supply there. Pretty strong 4 hour supply here. Okay, but these have been tested, so we could see a break of this trend line, and it could come down to test this before pushing back up, because we are coming off of a accumulation zone. So I can see that there will maybe buyers still sitting right here in this area right here, um, waiting to take the market back up. So we may have to come down a little bit to collect more buying contracts, more buying strength, in order to get through this distribution zone right here. But again, my bias for US CAD is long. All right, that's what I'll be looking for, and I'm not trying to predict the market, guys, but I want to react to the market. Okay, so this is my analysis. This is what I think. But at the end of the day, I react to the market. I don't try to predict the market. So I will wait to see how the market handles these highs, as well as how it will handle this distribution zone right here if it gets up to that point. Okay. But you can most definitely drop down to a lower time frame to see if we do respect uh, this 4 hour demand right here. You guys may be able to get into a quick scalp, taking it maybe to these highs right here. Okay. All right. USD CAD. Now let's move on to the USD Swiss. All right. USD Swiss, the institutional bias for this is short. All right, which goes against or counters our Dixie analysis. But nonetheless, I share with you guys that does happen from time to time. All right, most recent price action, we do see where this is an uptrend. Okay, right here, coming off of this accumulation zone right here. Um, so what we would probably look for, okay, we'd probably look for these highs here, or this institutional 4 hour, excuse me, not institutional, but this 4 hour supply could be tested before the market heads back down. So we may get a case to where, I believe it was the euro, to where um, the market will just work its way down through the accumulation zone. Okay. All right. It may just work its way down through the accumulation zone, possibly to test this before heading up. Uh, who knows? But again, we react to the market. The institutional bias for this is short. All right. So I will be looking for shorts on this, but again, we will react to what the market does, not try to predict the market. So I would just wait to see how the market handles this low and this high right here. Okay, before me considering long-term trades. Scalps are a different story. I go over that in the mentorship program as well. But as far as long-term trading, I will wait for that. All right, USD JPY. We're pretty much probably going to see this market go sideways, guys. All right, we're probably just going to see this market continue to go sideways. The institutional bias for this is pretty much even. Okay. Um, the yen and the dollar right now, or the investors for the yen and the dollar right now, are pretty much in agreement. Okay. Um, and I could be saying that wrong, guys, but that's the way that it works in my mind. Okay. If you think it's wrong, let me know. But yeah, they're pretty much in agreement. So we kind of have that back and forth right now. No one really willing to to put in more right now when it comes to the U.S. versus the yen, or the yen versus the U.S. Currency wise, guys, talking about currency dollar wise. So I think that we'll probably still see this bounce this week in between, but we can still take trades, guys. You can most certainly take trades. We do have 4 hour supply right here that is pretty much being respected right now. We have 4 hour demand, 4 hour demand, 4 hour demand, 4 hour demand that the market could play off of. um, 4 hour supply, 4 hour supply, 4 hour supply. Oops. All right. So that this market can play off of, but for the most part, I wouldn't expect any like super large gains. I could be wrong. Uh, the news setup for the week could push this market higher or lower, but as of right now, the institutional bias is pretty much consolidation. Okay, it's pretty much consolidation on this particular pair. All right, guys. So, but again, you can still take your trades on this. I gave you some zones, some 4-hour zones that you could possibly see the market bounce off of, and bounce in between. That could give you some. That can give you some pretty good pips here. I mean, you're talking about a range of 201 pips. Okay, 201 pips between this top uh, 4-hour zone and to this bottom 4-hour zone. That, hey, the market does reach up here, it could bounce back and come all the way down here, and just consolidate, for the week. So there are still certainly trade opportunities. You just have to react and respond to the market. And I shouldn't say react, I should say respond. You don't want to react. All the times when we react, we don't think, but we want to have thought behind it. So we want to respond to the market. All right, guys. So that is going to be it for this week's market forecast. I'm sorry it took so long, but I will have the timestamps in the video for you guys, so you guys can skip to the one that you want. You can always increase the speed to hear me talk about these things a little bit more quickly. And again, guys, if you're interested, feel free to head over to the channel, sign up for one of the mentorship programs. This is not a bad deal. I will have some testimonials put out. On one of my videos, one of the viewers, they did respond and said I was spot on about AUD USD a couple of weeks ago. So that was always cool. My thing about being right and wrong with the market is that all you can do is really analyze the market, or all I can do is analyze the market, tell you guys what I think I see, and trade from what the market actually does. That's all an analysis is, guys. And I believe that accumulation and distribution, it gives us an edge, because supply and demand, it runs the world. Okay, when there is a demand, the richest people make money because they supply the demand. All right, so that's all that concept is. So I think we have an edge as being accumulation and distribution traders. But again, as far as analysis go, for me, again, it's not necessarily being right or wrong. All I can do is share with you guys what I think I see based on my knowledge and experience in trading, and then I always respond to the market. Okay. All right, guys. Also, I have a small account where I think I put like $186 in it last week. So far, we've grown it by 0.07%. I am still holding the trade, and just simple 10-cent trade, guys, just to show you guys, hey, it doesn't take a lot to make money trading and investing, as long as you have the knowledge. So you guys make sure you follow just follow those videos as I make them. Right now, the 10-cent trade, I took two 10-cent positions. All right. I took two 10-cent positions. One I took profit on for $25. So I flipped 10 cent into $25. And then the other is sitting in a $60 profit. Okay. With my stop loss sitting in profit, I'm about the spread, which is like 9 pips above my entry. So my stop loss is sitting in profit, guys. So make sure you check those videos. I'll do another update for you guys this weekend, just to show you guys, as well as we'll continue to trade. I did a live trade for you guys. You're gonna have to check the community tab. But I was trading live with you guys. My mic wasn't working, so I couldn't really talk on it. But I did a live trade. The trade went against me and then went in my direction. So, but it did that because I moved my stop loss up too soon. So that happens, guys. I'm not a phenomenal trader, all right, but I'm very profitable enough to where trading does provide a substantial amount of my income. So But that's going to be it, guys. I appreciate you. Thanks you so much for watching. If you got this far, please do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you click that bell notification and select all notifications so you'll know whenever I go live or upload a new video. All right, guys, with that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Always remember, if you stay in God, you will stay in control. And until next time, happy pip fishing. Bye-bye.